All right, so when you're good evening, everyone. Um, my name is Franklin, and this video seeks to introduce you to MySQL Workbench. Of course, is a DBMS. That's a database management system. Um, that's what it is, and it houses your data, and this is where you write your SQL queries. Okay, so this is just to um, give one or two lessons regarding SQL. Okay, of course, at the top left corner is the navigator. I split into two: your administration and your schemas. While your administration talks about your server connectivity, it has things like who is connected to your server and the rest of them. Your schemas gives you like an overview of your database, right? Um, Directly underneath that, you have your information. Your information gives you details about your database and its components. Then at the middle is your workspace, and of course towards the right you have what you call SQL addition, which is like the dictionary of SQL. It has the SQL statements, and when you click on any of them, it tells you how to use them and tells you what the statement does for you. And finally, at the bottom here is your output pane, which tells you, which gives you details on what you do. Okay, whatever it is, when you write a query and execute it, it tells you if it's a success or not. It gives you details regarding how many seconds or nanoseconds it took you to execute that, and gives you a few other details. So that's how the environment looks. And here you also have some icons. These are your lightning symbols used to execute your queries. The first one executes more than one query. If you have more than one statement in a query, it executes that. While the second one that has one attached to it executes one single statement. Alright, and this is where you save your document, and this is where you import script from. For instance, you have a script that is written already and it's sent to you. You import it from this very axis. Okay. Alright, so let's go straight ahead and write our very first statement, which is usually how to create a database. And SQL is actually not case sensitive. However, it is spelling sensitive. What do I mean? You can type in small or capital letters. You can even have a mix, but then you must type correctly. So you can do something like this: create, and of course you have to tell SQL what it is you're creating, and that is a database. The next thing will be the name of the database. Let us call it Francam Tech Consult. And of course, every SQL statement ends with a semicolon, just like every English sentence ends with a full stop. Now in SQL, you don't separate names of things you're creating. So if you look at this Francam Tech consult, because I separated them with a space, that is why it has flagged an error. So what do? It's either you make it the same word, now the error is gone, or you separate them using an underscore. So this is actually fine. So let's separate Francam Tech Consult. Alright, so now let's run this query, of course using the second lightning symbol. You can see in your output pane saying that it's correct. That is why it has ticked it green. Now, anytime you create anything, you need to refresh it at your schema. So let's do that. Now, you notice your Francam Tech Consult is now available on your schema. The next thing to do is to make your database active. Make it active. And how do you make it active? By writing the use your database query. So let's tap the enter key to take you to line 2 where you write your next query. So you can say use Francam Tech underscore consult, ending with a semicolon also. Now, as opposed to clicking the lightning symbol, you can use your keyboard shortcut, which is Control Enter. Okay, I think I didn't spell it correctly, so let's just copy. Let's copy this from Cam and then just paste it here. Now let's run again. You see, it's now a success rather. Now, when you activate your database, it becomes darkened to show you that it's active. Then the next thing to do is to create your table. And while creating your table, of course, you should consider two things. One is your data type, and two is the constraints. So this will take us to learning what the data types are, and of course learning what the constraints are. But this will be in our next video. So stay tuned and watch this space. More videos will come your way in a short while. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.